let's make this quilt block. Hi, I'm Angie with Cutting Edge Quilter. Today we'll make the quilt block for the easy quilt that we have in this series of making an easy quilt for busy people. And I just want to show you how easy it is to make this quilt block. If you chose another quilt block, that'd be fine. I just wanted to show you what I am making for this quick and easy series. When you cut out your lighter color fabric, what you want to do is cut out at least I would do 8, because you're gonna the quilt is gonna be 16 blocks, so you want to cut out at least 8 of these 9 3/4 inch squares. So 9 3/4, 9 3/4, and this will get you started on the blocks. I'm just going to do one today and show you how to make this first block, and then tomorrow I'll show you how to lay them out. I'll make the rest of my 16, and I'm going to make these with you because I want to show you that you too can make these while working full-time, while having responsibilities with your family, like cooking, cleaning, things like that. You can just spend at least 15 to 30 minutes a day, and you can do this too. You can make these kind of just small quilts, just something if you want to give them away or whatever. So anyway, make at least 8 of these squares, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cut them in half. So I'll show you that in a minute, but these are the squares you need to make. The lighter color, 9 3/4 by 9 3/4 squares. So this is how to make the, which I have the paper here. What we're going to make is the triangle right up here with the two triangles. With the light color and the darker color. I made 10 1/4 inch squares of the lighter color and another 10 1/4 inch square of the darker color. So what I'm going to do now is put them together. It'll be right sides together, but this lighter color doesn't have a right side. It's the same both sides, so but it would be right sides together. And then I'm just going to draw a line from point to point. And I'm just using a pencil. You can use fabric, pen, or whatever. You won't see this line whenever you're cut, because what I'm going to do is sew a 1/4 inch on the right side, 1/4 inch on the left side. Now, on this square, you have it sewn on this side. What you want to do, don't cut this yet. Cut down the other side. Then you can cut here. This is the side that you've sewn. So you did your pencil mark and you sewn the 1/4 inch on the right and on the left. So now you have these triangles, and this is what you want to use for your block. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut this, and I'll cut this one while I'm at it, just to make it a little easier. I'll just kind of line it up again and cut it, so I can cut 2 at the same time. So now I've got 4. Got this one, this one, this one, and this one. And I need to make 16 of those. To make this block with the triangle here, you want your light square and your dark square. We've done that, and we've just cut our block, our half. This is the half of a block. Now we need to make the other half. So as you can see in this picture, let me see if I can get a bigger picture for you to make it, yeah, there you go. So you can see in this picture we have the 2 halves here. Now we need the other half, which is right here. So what I'm going to do to get this, and remember this is a 10 and a, I'm sorry, yeah, this is a 10 1/4 by 10 1/4 square. So this is a square that we're going to cut in half. And to get 16 of these, we need to make 8 of these squares, and we're going to cut them in half. That'll give us 16. So, but for now, we're just making this one. So I'm just going to, I'm not even going to draw a line or anything. I'm just going to cut in half from tip to tip. Okay, so there's my 2 halves. I'll save this one for later because we'll be using that. I'm going to grab one of these, and we're going to ultimately make a block that looks like this. So that's going to be the block. What you'll need to do is just simple straight stitch, gather these sides together, make sure your points match here. You want these points to match. It doesn't matter if this is a little bit longer than the other. The sides, like on these, it doesn't matter if that's a little bit longer. I'm just going to make sure I match the points. That's the most important thing. If you want to pin this you can. If you just want to take it over to your sewing machine, that's fine too. I do like to clip, so I just clip right here just so they will be together. And what I would do, if I was just making this quilt just for my own without showing you the actual block, I would make several of these and I would just put them all together just like this, and I would just chain stitch. So I would stitch down the side of this, start on my next one, and chain stitch them all together, have them all done all at once, and then that way I can move them around however I would like to. But for now, like I said, I'm just showing you this one particular block, so we'll just do one block, and then tomorrow I will show you how to arrange those to make the actual quilt. Okay, I like to use this leader fabric, especially since there's points on this. We don't want it to go like inside the quilt, so I usually use this, get it started. I have my seam tape here, so I know that I'm going to put my 1/4 inch right here to make my edge, sorry, on my 1/4 inch to make it nice and even. So I like to, whenever I have seams that go one way or the other, I like to open those seams up, and I'm going to open this seam up as well. So whenever I press it, I'm going to open this seam up so there's less bulk in there. Here's what it looks like before I trim it up. So I'm going to trim this up to 9-inch square. And this is my back, and this is what I was talking about with the opening the seam. So I usually open this seam, and if I have a seam that goes across like this, I open both just to make it as flat as possible, because if I didn't, there would be a big bulky part right here that it would be hard to, it would just kind of show up in the quilt. So this is what the back looks like. That's what the front looks like for now. I'm going to trim it up and to just a 9-inch square. And there's your square. I'm going to make 16 of these. Very easy squares to build. So we finally made our quilt block. That didn't take too long at all. It actually took about 5 minutes or so to make the quilt block. The most time that it takes usually for a quilt block for me personally is the cutting of it. When I can, I use my AccuQuilt, but this time I don't have any dies big enough to cut this block, so that's the reason why I cut them by hand. But here is the quilt block, and if you can see it, there's triangles, the lighter side triangle, the darker triangle, and then the bigger triangle is on this side. So this is the block that we're starting out with. And what makes this an easy quilt is this is the only block that we're gonna need. Just this block right here. So we're gonna make 16 of them. Join me tomorrow where I will position those blocks to make the whole quilt. So we're going to position them a way that makes the quilt work. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel to see the rest of the series on making an easy quilt for busy people. Thanks for watching. Happy quilting.